Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster here with Grand Valley State head men's basketball coach Ric Wesley as we preview the upcoming 2011-12 season. Coach, you're coming off a 19-8 record last year. You went 14-5 in GLIAC play. You bring back a few starters and a couple letter winners, but you have to replace Justin Ringler, who not only was one of the best players in the conference last year, but one of the best players we've had at Grand Valley in a while. He's the only player in school history to ever total 1,400 points, 700 rebounds, 300 assists. How tough is it going to be to replace someone like Justin who did it all for you last year?
Well, it's certainly not going to be easy, and I doubt that we'll ever really replace him. You know, we've lost other great players since I've been here. Kalista Suzuku, Jason Jamerson, LJ Kilgore, Pete Trammell, the list goes on. And certainly Justin is in that category. He did so much for our team, really a warrior, all-around player. So we'd be silly to try to replace him. We just have to move on and create a different identity. Other guys need to step up, do more, and hopefully put themselves in a position so someday we're talking about them when they move on.
Sure, and two of those guys you might have are in your backcourt. I think that's really the strength of your team this year. You have James Thomas coming back as your two guard. He's first team preseason all GLIAC. He's your leading returning scorer at just over 11 points a game. He made 53 three-pointers. He's really deadly from the outside. And then complementing him at the point guard spot is Breland Hogan, who had a 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio, very good for a point guard, good free throw shooter, good defender. Talk about your backcourt a little bit.
Well, certainly that's the area of our team that we have the most experience. Those guys are proven good players in our conference. As we develop our team this year, those guys really need to step up and set the tone and carry us early as the other guys are getting more experience. JT, James Thomas, one of the best shooters in the conference, tremendous worker, very good rebounder for a guard. We hope that he can pick up where he left off. And, of course, Breland is now going into his third year as a starter. Both his freshman and sophomore years, second semester, really has played well. We're hoping he gets off to a better start this year. It appears that he has. He played very well in our scrimmage or our exhibition game at Iowa State. Those two guys are captains, leaders on the floor, and certainly good players. The other veterans on our team, Nick Waddell had a very solid first year as a junior college player last year. Is in much better condition this year. I think will give us a strong low post presence. And one of the players you forget about, and who's one of our tri-captains, Mike Prisdale, because he wasn't with us last year, coming off an ACL injury. He's back, and he's been around for a while, knows what he's doing, played very well against Iowa State. So we look for him to get in there with those veterans and really help set the tone.
Looking past your guys down low, you have an interesting junior class. You have Tony Peters, who's kind of like a glue guy when he's out there. Doesn't seem to do anything particularly well, but he does everything good. And then you also have Josh Anderson coming in as a transfer and Tyrone Lee, who seems to be very athletic. Talk about those three guys as well. Yeah,
Tony is another one of our veteran guys, has had some strong moments for us thus far in his career. Comes off the bench, really gives us a spark. He's an excellent shooter. He's a good defender. He really probably runs the floor better in transition than anybody else we have. So he's an experienced player. He's a little bit slowed, I think, coming off a knee surgery this past summer. But each day, especially the last 2 or 3 days, he really seems like he's raised his level of play. The other two players are junior college players, very talented young guys. Tyrone's a taller, athletic front court guy, whereas Josh is a strong perimeter shooter for us. Both have had very good moments at times, but like all first-year players, consistency, repetition, and some experience is the key to those guys. So we're hoping that they continue to improve, continue to get more comfortable in what we're doing.
You have some underclassmen and some freshmen that we'll get more familiar with throughout the year. Talk about some of those guys we'll see throughout the season.
Yeah, and those guys are really going to be key for us. We don't have quite the depth that we've had in the past, so some of our younger guys are going to have to play more minutes than maybe we had anticipated. Rob Woodson and Dan Newell are third-year sophomores. Both have been in our program. They know what they're doing, but they don't have a lot of game experience. Rob is a point guard, and Dan is he's kind of our utility guy, can play a lot of positions. And then we have actually 5 freshmen. Ryan Saban right now has been running with the first group, doing a good job, kind of a shooting combo type guard, very talented young guy, can do a lot of things. And has gotten off to a good start. Ben Lanning is a 6'8", thin shooting forward. who, again, is very talented. I think he's got a tremendous future. He's got to get used to the physicality of play. And Darius Norman is a 6'6", 6'7" front court player from Kalamazoo Central who had a lot of success from a team standpoint in high school, won a couple state championships, and again has got a great future. And then we've got a couple other young guys who we added through our tryouts, Isaac Hernandez and Stephen Jungle. Both are hardworking, tough kids who are doing a good job. So, we don't have that many guys. They're all going to have an opportunity at one time or another. The key is to get those young guys repetition and experience, and while they're doing it, hopefully the old guys can carry us.
When it comes down to it, what would you say the strength of your team is, and what will be the key to a successful season? Well,
like we mentioned, I think our backcourt should be very strong, and as a group, I think our chemistry is good. I think the guys really enjoy each other's company. We seem to be pretty much on the same page. Everybody's buying in. It's getting harder and harder to find kids who are tough enough, who are committed enough to play college basketball. Right. And I think our group is smaller, but I think the guys that we have are those kinds of kids. So I think our backcourt, along with our chemistry, has got to be our strength.
Well, we look forward to the upcoming season, and you'll be at home a lot, and we'll get to see you again here very soon. And best of luck this season with everything.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you. And thanks for watching this Grand Valley State men's basketball preview here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.